Welcome to Badgerclaw.
Echo. I can't think of nothing to shout. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, Jesse.
Hibbity 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 hibbity.
Jesse.
Yippity yo.
Jesse.
Yippity yo.
All right. Okay, cut it out, Jesse. Rabid Joe liable to get irritated with us with raising his bristles.
Say, Lionel, you think they got posters of us up yet?
Well, it's only been 2 days since our big crime, so yeah, I reckon they oughta. Less than old Sally didn't tattle on us.
Reckon we'd have to make our own then.
Should have stuck around for the drawing club so as we'd get our likeness right.
I can scratch out pretty good a face, but if an they was to want hands on the poster, I can't never fit all them digits of fingers. I'd have to cut one off or two just so I could draw my hands as their likeness.
She was a good kid, that one.
Who's that?
Old Sally.
Yes, sir. She was a good one.
Always treated us right.
Gave me my singing voice.
Never talked down to us.
Nope, too short.
Always made us feel welcome, almost like we was kin. Always wanted what was best for us. Tried to make us good.
She even let us peep into her microscope.
Rabid Joe, he don't much like us, I reckon.
He liked that money we brung him, but nah, he's pretty ringy overall.
Jesse,
Lionel,
you don't think we done slumped our shanks, do you?
I ain't sure what that means, Lionel.
Well, I just can't help but think about that there Judas, from the Gospels. Well, he must have felt like a right backstabber the way he done up the Lord and Savior the way he done, just for $20. Well, I feel the same way. I done everything he did except kiss her on the cheek, which I reckon is the only thing I would have enjoyed. I can't sleep none, even though we's in the bunkhouse. Every time I close my eyes, I picture her opening that there trunk I took from her and seeing her money's gone and knowing it was me that took it.
Maybe she don't know it was you. Of course, if he's on a poster.
No, she knows. You too. I done drug you into the slop with me. Now you's caked in it too.
Abernathy, Goose Plucker, what you boys doing up here?
We was a-whittling and shouting our echoes.
I heard. Say, I got a job for you twos. Need you to go into town for me. Deliver this letter.
You want us to deliver a letter for you?
That's right. A simple job.
Well, I reckon we could do that. Only won't there be a ruckus if we seen ambling about? Won't the sheriff have to put us in jail for appearances?
Don't you worry about that. This letter'll be all you need. You just make sure it gets to its destination. You fellas know how to read?
Of course we do, mostly.
Oh, you do?
Well, I could read before, but Jesse here's been taking classes.
I got learnt up on some new words. Well, they's new to me, but not so much to other people. Turns out nearly every word can be writ down. Hardly any that's just for speaking. There was this fella, Shakespeare, but he weren't no Indian, even though he sounds like he was. Anyway, this fella, he done put them words together in a way that nobody had thought to before he come along. Now there's lots of words to be learnt. I learnt a few, but not all of them. Yeah. What I want from you is simple. I want you to take this letter, keep it sealed, and don't read it. Take it into town, and you find that old man you saw before, talking to that teacher woman. You give it to him. You understand? You make sure he gets this letter.
What's the letter say?
Now that's private business between Loathsome Harry, myself, and that old man. It don't need to concern you as to the contents. I don't want you reading it. That's a violation of my privacy, you see. You don't want to violate me, do you?
Well, I ain't never crossed my mind, Rabid Joe.
Good. Then you see to it this seal ain't broke before that old man gets his mitts on it. Now listen, after you give that old man this letter, he's gonna have questions for you. That's fine. You answer 'em best you can. Now he's liable to say some things that'll upset you. Don't get fussed about it. You just keep to your poker faces and don't get flustered. And don't get scared.
We ain't the type to get scared none.
Good. Now that old man may tell you all kinds of tricks and use fancy talk to get you confused. But remember, you's pledged to the Hole in the Boot gang now. You's one of us. And you too, Goose Plucker. So no matter what he says, don't you let him swoon you against us. He's a liar, that one. We's your friends now. You understand?
Well, I understand, but we got us a problem, Mr. Rabid Joe. What if while we's looking for the old man, we happen upon Miss Sally? Don't you reckon she'll be busted we's back?
I wouldn't worry none about that. You just find the old man. You give him this letter just like I told you. Y'all get on. Don't waste the daylight. Sounds like we got us a job to do.
Yeah, we got us a job to do, all right.
Well, let's get a steppin' then.